our channel. We are Coach Dookie. Did I say Dookie?
You said Coach.
Catch. I'm a catch. I'm a catch. Hey bestie, welcome back to our channel. I'm Coach Dookie.
I'm Coach Kosar.
And we have helped over 1,000 women to lose body fat while eating their favorite foods. If you just found our channel, please hit that subscribe button because we have an episode every Monday and we don't want you to miss it.
Today we're bringing a very, very vulnerable topic to you besties. I think it took us a little while to sit down and record it because it's very near and dear to our hearts. It's about our weight loss journey and how we lost 70 pounds combined at almost age of 40 after battling weight issues and dieting our whole entire 30s and 20s.
Growing up as millennial women, we had a huge social pressure to be skinny, and nobody taught us how to focus on loving ourselves the way we were. And then we wanted to just look like the actresses that we were watching on TV, or the covers in the magazines, or that singer that was like super skinny, and the brands were telling us just to be skinny. We resorted on quick fixes and dieting. Sometimes those diets were very dangerous, or we simply didn't eat. We are here to tell you that we went through that journey, and until we didn't change our mindset and learn about nutrition, nothing changed.
We're going to show you a before and after picture, and this was a transformation of our mindset. We worked towards healing our relationship with food, which allowed us to not only lose the weight, but be able to keep it off. And our why also changed, which was so huge. That's a huge mindset shift, where you change your why from looking skinnier and having a certain appearance to wanting to be healthy and strong, especially moving into your 40s and above. And also healing your guilt, right? When you go out and you're hanging out with your friends and all of a sudden you feel so guilty and you're starting a diet tomorrow. We really had to go inside and heal all of those factors in order to be able to lose the weight and keep it up. And besties, we want to give you a little bit of a disclaimer here. Again, we're going to share everything that we did that helped us lose the 70 pounds combine and be able to keep it off, and we're going to give you a lot of tips on how to do it yourself. But again, everybody's different, everyone's situation is different. You might be having some health issue that you're not aware of, so make sure you consult with your physician before implementing any of the things that we're mentioning in this video.
Come with us to the kitchen because Coach Kosar is going to prepare some tea and we're going to tell you our story. Okay, so tell us about your relationship with food growing up.
It's a very good question, and I think it's really important to tell the childhood story because it really relates to your actual weight loss. So I was born in a very traditional Afghan family where everything was food. Every gathering revolved around food. Parties, picnics, anything and everything you name it had to have a foodie element into it. At age 11 to 12 years old, I started gaining weight. Of course, the hormones were changing and I felt like my body had the capacity to gain weight. I wasn't that skinny kid, I was a fat kid. So eventually my parents, with all their amazing intentions, their great parents, they brought my attention to my appearance. Like, honey, you're gaining a little bit of weight, so what about you do something about it? And I'm like, okay, I'm only 12. What do I? So I kept on reaching out. I got very self-conscious with those comments. Right. So I started asking my mom. Like, my mom was a physician, of course. She was my guru. I was going to her for everything. I'm like, Mom, so how do people lose weight? What do I do? This belly's getting bigger and out of control. She's like, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna buy this crunch machine so you can do crunches. And I'm like, yes, so let's go. We bought it. It was sitting next to my bed as I was growing, like 13, 14 years old. So I started doing that. And then my mom said, you know what? The other way you can lose weight is cut down like bread and rice and basically potatoes. I'm like, so that's basically what we eat in our culture. So I was told at age 12 to cut down the foods that I liked, which is very sad that, I was never taught how to eat a balanced diet. It was more like you need to cut down. So from that point on till like when I really embarked on my journey of really understanding nutrition, that, in order to lose weight, you needed to cut down carbs and you need to do a ton of exercises. So that kind of became part of my mindset belief. All right, Coach Tuki, so tell us your story.
Okay, so my story is a little bit different than yours because actually my family struggled because as a kid, I was a picky eater. My mom, she was all mortified. Her daughter wasn't eating, so she was like, you're not gonna leave the table until you finish everything. And that kind of like stay on the back of my mind. But when I wanted to eat something, I wanted sugary foods, comfort foods. That's what I like pizza, pasta, sugar. I remember in my house, they didn't buy sweet snacks. So I remember craving sugar and putting sugar into water just to drink that.
Wow.
I didn't have any good habits. So I didn't eat any vegetables, fruits. My father, he was Cuban and he could give me papaya with some sugar on top so I could eat it. So yeah. So after having my baby, I remember I had gastritis. I had knee pain and back pain. Actually, my husband has to push me on the bed so I could sit down. I was so heavy and in pain. My daughter, she would throw her pacifier down and I would kneel down, pick it up, and then I was like, how I'm gonna get up? Like I literally have no strength and I had so much knee pain. So I realized that I needed to change. Started like learning about nutrition, reading, learning about new healthy recipes. I learned how to cook. And then my husband encouraged me to go back to school. I wanted to really learn what was the issue and why I was feeling that way. So I went back and I started nutrition and I became also a personal trainer. And I started my own transformation, learning about food and learning about my body. I discovered how to curb my carb cravings. Remember, since I was a kid, I was very into sugary foods, comfort foods, and carbs. And I learned that I have to actually be eating other type of foods like protein, fiber, vegetables, and carbs that make me feel satisfied and happy.
Is that cat ever gonna wake up?
No, she sleeps there all day.
Okay, now you can. As you guys heard my story, after struggling with weight in my teenage years and developing some really toxic mindset beliefs, after getting married and moving to the United States, I still continue to struggle. I was over exercising myself. I was either cutting out calories or I was eating a lot. So I was literally in this like binge eating and like restricting cycle. They call it binge and purge. I had a pharmaceutical job and I basically quit everything because I couldn't not take any more of the dieting and trying to just understand, why is my body broken? Why am I unable to lose this weight? So I went back to school, became a nutrition and fitness coach. And the first thing that I wanted to mention is self-love, besties. And I know you're listening to me right now, you're like, I love myself, I'm good. But let's dig a little bit deeper. So when you start this journey of wanting to lose weight, like where I was, right? So a lot of people told me I am fat and I'm a fat teenage, and it sucks because at your teenage years you want to look pretty, you want to put on makeup. I had the mentality of that if I am not skinny, I'm not pretty, I'm not loved, I'm not. So I kind of seeked validation in how my physical appearance looked. So what I need and what I changed when I started my journey as a fitness and nutrition coach, and when I started my own journey to transform my body, and that's the first thing I did, was really understand what I was thinking about myself. Okay, I'm counting macros, but in the back of my mind, I'm not thinking that, okay, if I have this 20 pounds to go, I'm not a bad person. I'm not ugly. So this is what you guys need to dig deeper. And it's a lot of these things are subconscious. So you think about it in the back of your mind. You don't just think about it surface. You don't say, oh, you're ugly, but you have it there. So you guys need to do a little bit of digging and understand that if you have those mindset beliefs, guess what's gonna happen? When you gain weight, you get sick, you get pregnant, or whatever happens, life happens. You gain the weight, you're gonna start hating yourself. So what you need to do starting today is write affirmation. Start writing what are the amazing qualities. What do you like about yourself? What do you love about yourself? Write it down, have it in front of you, and make sure you practice them every single day.
So if you are like I was, suffering from cravings, the first step, bestie, is to increase your intake of protein. You can eat more chicken, more shrimps, Greek yogurt. You can drink soy milk that has a little bit more of protein. You can supplement yourself with whey protein or rice protein, and definitely increase the intake of vegetables.
That is very, very crucial and something I suffer from is all or nothing mentality. So what I did, like I mentioned, I used to go hardcore, cutting down everything, doing workouts, doing the crunches, and then it wouldn't work, and then I would go back and start binging. So all or nothing mentality will lead you to nothing, besties. What I need you to do is to work on establishing some fundamental habits, which I'm going to explain. There's 4 really important habits that we have in our program that we teach our besties. But again, we don't gatekeep. We want to teach you guys everything you need to know in order to lose that weight forever. So take notes. The very first habit is your water. How much water are you drinking? When you make those little changes, by the end of say 6 months period, you're gonna feel like a different person, right? So you don't go back to your old habits. You don't have that all or nothing, and you're gonna start being proud of those small little habits. So like I mentioned, water is very key. You wanna drink at least 100 ounces of water every single day. If more is better. You're just gonna go to the bathroom more, but stick to your water. Number 2 is your protein, like Coach Dookie mentioned. Protein will help you curb those cravings. So at least 25 to 35 grams of protein every single meal. Number 3, which is most important, is walking. We underlook at walking. We don't consider walking exercise. Walking, it's so boring. Just put your earpods on, go for a 30-minute walk, 20-minute walk. Start with 10 minutes. You will see a tremendous change in your body. And number 4, most important, is vegetables. You want to make sure that you're prioritizing those delicious, yummy, filled with micronutrients and vitamin-filled vegetables to make sure you are keeping your body healthy from inside out. So when you are losing weight, you're still eating your vegetables, and when you are done with your journey, you're still eating your vegetables. You're not like, okay, I'm just gonna eat vegetables when I'm losing weight. No, vegetables has to be part of your daily eating habits.
Something I also changed, Beth, not drinking my calories. I remember drinking soda, juices, and not realizing all the calories that were in there when all I needed was water. Also, maybe you're not gonna like this, but I drank a lot of alcohol. Being a Latina, we had a lot of celebrations, and always alcohol was there and is there. And also because of my career, we have events and we were eating out, and always alcohol was there. And I realized that was stopping my progress. So definitely look into that. If you find yourself drinking a lot of sodas and juices, just cut it. And also if you find yourself drinking more than 2 glasses of alcohol a week, I think is a good reminder to just reduce alcohol intake too.
I want you guys to avoid that at any cost. Is don't look at some skinny pictures of some models and say, if I become this model, I'll be happy. Besties, happiness is within you. It's a state of mind. You can be happy right now. And we would never encourage you to want to be skinny just to become happy. Yes, we will encourage you to be skinny or lose some weight and get stronger for your future and for your kids. but not because you want to be happy. And if you feel like you're feeling unhappy, you feel sad, definitely seek therapy. I started with therapy when I was starting my journey. I was like, I need to fix some of these mindset and beliefs that I have about how I feel about myself. I don't like myself. I don't love myself. And I've had a really long journey of healing from all of those thoughts, and I want that for you. So if you feel a little bit unhappy, you feel like that body's gonna bring you happiness, trust me. If you're not happy now, where you are now, and you're not enjoying this journey, you're not going to be happy when you are size 0. You have my word. So make sure you seek help, you seek therapy if you feel like you're having some of those thoughts and beliefs.
When I started my own transformation, I thought I needed to work out intensively and every single day. And I got frustrated because I didn't see results. I was very strong, yes, for sure, but I didn't look like I was working out, and you know what I mean. So realize that we actually don't need to exercise that much. My workouts are more gentle with myself, so I work out 3, max 4 times a week, and finding that you really enjoy. And I love CrossFit and lifting weights. That really helped me to balance my hormones. I feel great when I do it. Before, I was doing a lot of Zumba classes and a lot of cardio, Peloton, and these kind of exercises that are good for general health, but weren't helping me to achieve my goals. So if you are a cardio bunny, I would advise you to lift some weights and see how you feel and how you can transform.
My last tip for you is don't ever do what I did. I cut down my traditional foods. I cut down my mom's homemade yummy delicious rice or the bread. Don't do that, because what that's gonna do, it's gonna backfire. It's gonna put you in a really negative mindset towards food. You're going to relate your progress to that food item. You're gonna look at that food next time and you'll be like, no, I'm gonna get fast. I'm not gonna touch this. It's bad. Please don't do that. I've done it, and like I said, it took me a while to heal from those thoughts, and we don't want that for you. We don't want this for our future generations. So make sure you normalize all your traditional foods. Make sure that you are adding your favorite foods, your traditional foods on your daily eating habits, because what you want to show to your kids is that you can eat your rice, but you have to have your vegetables, you have to have your water, you have to have your protein. You can have your bread, but you can have all the other things next to it, so they don't develop that negative mindset towards food.
Lastly, bestie, I remove the guilt of going out when I wanted to lose weight. If you want this to be sustainable, you cannot be afraid of going out. Everything can fit into this lifestyle. It will never be a perfect time or perfect month where you're gonna be like, I can do this diet because I'm inside the house 24/7. That is not true. So what I do now is I start my day with a high protein breakfast. I include a lot of fruits, and then I have my lunch at home. Again, with a lot of vegetables and protein. I drink water all day, and then I just go out and enjoy my meal. I don't count macros or calories when I'm eating out. I'm just enjoying the moment. And then next day, I just go back to my habits, eating my veggies, eating my protein, exercising, having some type of movement during the weekend also helps me to be in that mindset that I'm taking care of myself also on the weekends. But definitely one of the mistakes that I used to make, and maybe you are there too, it was that I would start eating a lot of carby foods in the morning. Let's say I'm gonna go eat French food, the French cuisine, like some croissants. And then of course I was hungry the rest of the day. And then I was saying like, you know what, like it doesn't matter. Let's just keep eating out for lunch and let's just order pizza at night. And then my whole day, of course, was ruined because I didn't nurture myself. I didn't have my vegetables and protein, so I was feeling like bloated and disgusting. So definitely you can have a balance and just fit those going out into your daily routine. You can do it. This is the end of our episode. We hope you got some useful tips to start your journey. If you don't know where to start, you can check in our description below. We have a 21-day fat loss jumpstart. that you can grab immediately and you can start right now.
This is all for today, besties. We will be dropping another video next Monday. Just make sure to leave a comment below on which part of the story was inspiring to you, if you can relate to our story, what tips were most beneficial to you, and also make sure to hit the subscribe button and the little ring button so you can get notified every time there's a new video.
See you next week.